So if you were to tell me,
Yeah.
well, let's put all the drugs, combine every organization, every independent, and every person, then I would tell you a couple weeks, probably. I don't know. You get,
Yeah, I think you're right. It's
you know
just
what
going
I
to be,
mean? Just because
yeah, it's
it's
hard
like
to,
five. We're talking about for 5 million. We're 5 million people coming in. We're looking at 500,000 immigrants a month.
that's a lot. I don't know. That sounds like a lot.
That's what I'm saying. Five. That's a lot, but 500,000 immigrants a month, and each of them paying $15,000.
Yeah, no, what was told to me is recently the numbers went up because of the Trump administration. Before it was somewhere around 5 to 7, I think it was. You
Yeah,
know,
and remember, everyone's gonna get a cut, right? It's just a whole big business. But I think that that's false information. But what scared me is at the same time, like I don't. Maybe it's still wrong, right? Still doesn't mean that it's
yeah,
not legal. It's still, I think it's still important for to be
yeah, it
addressed.
doesn't make it any more. It's not appropriate at all. But
Now
it's
I'm thinking about what's gonna happen if they do a good job. You know how the prices are going up for 15,000. What happens when all those human traffickers can't make any more money? What business are they gonna get into?
what drugs.
No, there was no. I don't think there'd be enough of that because I started to think that if their business of human trafficking slowed down, then what else slowed down? Then drug trafficking slowed down as well.
Yeah,
And I started to just kind of just analyze like what would happen, what would they do, and I do believe that if they were to crack down on the cartels and crack down on drug trafficking, that you would start seeing a lot of um, organizations going into kidnappings,
ransoms.
ransoms, and a lot more of extortions to
Yeah,
legal legitimate business because they have to find another way to you know make money.
crazy.
Just to give you something to process. I believe that from when I was around to today, I think that cocaine consumption in North America has increased anywhere from 40 to 60%,
Have you
and
seen that?
right, 40 to 60% has became a party drug. People want to use it a little bit more, and Canada being top five market in North America now. Um, so just to give you an explanation, I mentioned to you earlier that I wasn't the only drug trafficker.
Right.
And if I could move anywhere between 2,500 kilos to 3,000 kilos a month, and this was just one organization of many. So we'll say, we'll be nice. We'll say 10 tons. And 10
Yeah.
tons, your average going price right now, just say we'll give it a cheap price. We'll calculate it. We'll say what? It's $18,000, right?
Okay.
This is how I would do math. It's $180 million.
In just
No,
one
no,
month.
no. I'm maybe $180 million in 10 tons. And I'm giving like really modest numbers just to kind of give you an explanation.
Yeah.
And I think that 10 tons is very, very small number.
Yeah. I get your point now.
Just it's still an issue. Like if when people listen, it's still an issue, it's still a problem. Absolutely. Does it matter?
Yeah.
Again, does it matter who's running what? Maybe it doesn't.
Well, the drugs being the most financially productive space is always a concern because that much money, like you said before, means power, which also means dangerous, right?
Dangerous. Yeah. Yeah.
And the ability to corrupt full government organizations if need be.
That's the difference. That's why it's important because when you have judges letting go cartel members, like just even in the mix of this, it's because they have so much influence, so much power,
Yeah.
and they place so much fear in the government because of the money that they have, because of the corruption, because of their access to be able to bribe people and have influence. you take away that money from them where they can't go buy, weapons to protect themselves and spy equipment and drones and personnel and military trained operatives to come work for them.